All right, in this example, this is an example of an exponential decay function, also using half-lives. This is a real-life example that happened in 1986 in the city of Chernobyl. It was in the Soviet Union. Uh, they had a nuclear reactor accident, and it spread highly toxic radioactive chemicals um, over hundreds of square miles, and the government had to evacuate the entire city. Um, and the city became uninhabitable because of the toxic chemicals in the ground. In that particular case, the levels of plutonium, or the amount of plutonium, if there was 10 pounds of plutonium, um, plutonium has a half-life of 24,360 years, which is an extremely long period of time. So in that particular case, let's look at kind of how much plutonium would be left after 100,000 years. But um, let's look at that on a calculator. What I'll do here is in the calculator, what I did was I went ahead and I entered that function in the calculator. Y equals 10 times 0.5 to the power of x divided by 24,360. Okay, and then I've set up the table of values here to jump by every 24,360 years. So you'll see, and when you start off, you'll have 10 pounds of it, but as 24,360 years go by, that 10 goes down to 5. So it's going to take 24,360 years for 10 pounds of plutonium to decay into 5 pounds. And then you would need another 24,720 years of total time for it to go from 5 to 2.5. And then from another 24,360 years to get you to 73,080 years for it to go to from 2.5 to 1.25. Okay, so you can see approximately at 100,000, you still have a little over half a pound of plutonium. So if we actually work that out, if we wanted to know what 100,000 years from now, how much we would have left, you would take 10 times we'll write it as 0.5 to the power of 100,000 divided by 24,360 years. Okay, so if we enter that in, we have 10 times 0.5 to the power, and then in parentheses we have 100,000 divided by 24,360 years, and the answer to that, you see, is approximately 0.58, and that would be pounds. So we have a little over half a pound of plutonium left after 100,000 years. Okay? Um, if you would like to see some more information about the accident in Chernobyl, you can go to the video link that I have listed, and it's a 60-minute episode where that shows the city, what the city looks like now, 22 years after the actual accident. Okay? And you look at that video up on Blackboard.